and welcome back to Get Real Gaming. It's the show where we get real, talking about the latest video game news and releases. I'm Richard, and with me, as always, is Sir Battensburg, the 21st, Lawrence. How are you doing today?
Hello, my good chap. Yes, I'm doing very well. I've come from my time in the Amazon.
Oh, what have you been doing over there?
Finding a PlayStation 5.
A PlayStation 5. Have you returned successfully?
Yes, I returned successfully with my expedition.
Very good. Well, we'll talk more to
three-day hike.
We'll talk more about that as in our main topic today, your PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
But Lawrence,
would you like me to get my nephew?
Oh yes, please. If you could,
I'll go get him now.
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. We are on episode 23 now, and we've had over 250 downloads. So thank you very much to everybody for taking part and listening and enjoying the show. We're glad everyone's having a great time. Today, we're going to go through the PlayStation 5 review from Lawrence when he shows up finally. And let's go straight into what we've been playing this week. Lawrence.
Hello. Yes, it's me. Hi.
What have we been playing this week other than... I mean, you can mention PlayStation stuff, but perhaps you should.
I've been playing Final Fantasy 14.
Oh my god! What a shock, horror, gasp!
I'm at like the latest expansion now. It's really exciting, and oh god, it's a really like a gut punch in many of the story. But anyway,
yes,
I've been playing as a surprise to everyone here. I've been playing Fortnite.
He's been bloody playing Fortnite, not with me. Not with me,
no,
but you have.
By myself.
Is this because of the PlayStation 5?
Yes.
Right, okay, so we'll have to talk more about that later on. Is there anything else that you've been playing this week?
I've been playing Nier Automata. Still.
Isn't there some news about that this week?
There is, which I have already up, and we will get into that.
We're going to talk about that a bit more later on. But how are you finding Nier Automata, though?
I'm loving it. Like, it's really, really cool. I think I talked about it last week.
You did mention it, yeah. We talked about the way that it's like a twin stick, but
yeah, it kind of mixes genres together that you don't expect. It's pretty damn cool.
That's cool. Yeah. Anything else this week? Great.
Well, some PlayStation 5 stuff, but no.
Other than PlayStation stuff, which we need to talk about.
Mainly Final Fantasy 14. I'm not addicted. I can stop.
Definitely not.
Anytime.
Yeah. This week, I've been playing More Balloons TD6. It actually went on a weekend sale, Lawrence. It was like £1 something. And this was after I'd already spent £7 on it the week prior, which we mentioned in the show. But I really like it, actually. It's gotten to the point now where I'm kind of half casually watching Balloon TD6 strategy videos on YouTube a little bit sometimes.
Oh my god.
Just to see what people are doing in the meta, because it's multiplayer. And of course, you know me, I'm a very social gamer, Lawrence. I game socially.
You do.
So this week as well, it's just been a bit of Call of Duty and Dota 2. We've been playing a lot of Dota 2 with Sam and my girlfriend. So and in other various teams. So I have a couple of guys that I don't play with very often, but they don't. It's not that I don't play with them very often. It's they are immortal rank in Dota, which is the highest rank in Dota, and they don't want to play with me unless they switch Steam accounts to play on a Smurf account. So
Isn't
I got
that
to play
like
with
against terms of service or something?
Well, they're allowed to have another account. They just aren't ranked in it. So I think that I said Smurf, but I think that it's not really a Smurf account because we didn't play ranked, we played unranked. So in that sense of it, it's fine, as far as I know. And that was a good laugh. And I learned a lot about how bad I was at Dota, truly, even after maybe nearly 2,000 hours in the game now. I think I've still got my training wheels on, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean,
and Dota
2,000 hours of Dota equates to 2 hours of real game time. Really.
I have a confession to make, though, Lawrence.
Oh, no.
I did an in-app purchase in Hearthstone. I'm so sorry.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. This will be the last one. Say goodbye, Richard.
Bye, everybody. No, come on now, right? I've been playing Hearthstone on my phone because Magic isn't out on the phone yet. So sometimes I'm in bed and I fancy playing like a card game or something in bed. And Hearthstone is the only option on phone right now.
You might as well play poker at least. Then you can get better at it instead of bloody Hearthstone.
Yeah, but it is fun as a casual phone game. I wouldn't play it as a serious... Like, to me, I think that Hearthstone is a great mobile, casual experience, and Magic is a more serious experience. So I wouldn't play Hearthstone necessarily on my PC. I would go to Magic, but then... I'd play Hearthstone on my phone for now until Magic comes in. Speaking of that, by the way, do we also have more news about that, Lawrence, today, or do I have to bring this up today?
About what? Magic?
Magic, yeah.
Well, do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart?
Well, listen. So I think I've done it anyway. So can we get on to the news and I'll segue us in speaking of magic.
Yeah, you're the one that's waffling. Bloody lad.
Right. So speaking of Magic the Gathering, Magic Legends, Lawrence, have you heard of it?
No.
The Magic Legends open beta.
Maybe we should just drop this topic.
No, we shouldn't.
We've done this 20 times now. The recording's 3 hours long.
Magic Legends, you've heard of it, Lawrence? At this point, you
definitely have. I'm dreaming of it. Go
on. Okay, I just wanted to get my notes right. Magic Legends, which is a new Magic the Gathering game on PC, is out in open beta today. I haven't played it yet, but I will be signing up for the beta to check it out.
Oh, I will be signing up as well.
It is it's a video game. It's got
it is a video game. You're correct.
It's got Magic the Gathering characters in it. A new Magic story. Ancient forces move in the darkness, and it's up to players to gather the power needed to fight this evil. Magic Legends features noteworthy characters from the iconic franchise across various storylines, eventually culminating in conflict with a powerful villain from the multiverse who has never been visualized before. Ooh. So this is is it an MMO? Or
I believe it is an MMO.
So I believe you get to be a planeswalker in the game, and you can it's kind of like your classes depending on who you pick. So in Magic you've got different colored mana, and that is like islands, mountains, forest, swamp, and I think that those classes are related to those, which is kind of a nice way to do it, really. I think it's actually quite well set up.
It's kind of like a Pillar of Exile jobby.
Yeah. Oh, so it's like a top down, like a Diablo.
Yeah. If you go onto the website and then go on about and scroll all the way down, it says Control of Chaos, and it shows you a little bit of gameplay.
Oh, wait a minute. Were you talking about Path of Exile or not Pillars of Exile? Or were you talking about Pillars of Exile?
Yeah, Path of Exile. Yeah, sorry.
Right. Yes. No, I just wanted to make sure that I hadn't thought you said Path of Exile, but you meant another game that I'd never heard of called Pillars of Exile.
Yeah,
brilliant.
The Pillars of Eternity.
Right. So, so anyway, the news is that that's out today, the beta. So I'll probably be playing it, and we'll report on it more next week, Lawrence. How about that?
That sounds good. If we can get in,
we can absolutely get in, and we will make sure that we can. Lawrence.
Yes.
What other news have you brought to us this week?
Well, post-launch woes in video games. Have you heard of it? See, that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Coming here trying to steal my shtick.
Yeah, I have.
Well, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. A very good game, or used to be a good game. One which I rather enjoyed and quite loved. Ubisoft is up to its old tricks, and unfortunately decided to add in a load of microtransactions. Including being like when you transmog, so like when you change your outfit to look like something else without losing the stats, you have to pay silver. But to get silver, you either grind for it or you pay for it. You don't. Right. There's no other way of earning it. But if you're already at the end of the game and you've spent all your silver, you're stuck basically.
And how long has Assassin's Creed Valhalla been out now?
Since November.
So in the space of like 5 months, I mean, the game, how relevant is Assassin's Creed at this point?
I mean, Valhalla's pretty relevant. It's quite up there. A lot of people have been really enjoying it, and it's a good Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good. I mean, obviously, it's a well, as far as Assassin's Creed games go, it is considered a good one.
Yes,
but what I'm thinking is at this point, if you are a fan enough of Assassin's Creed to spend money inside of the game, don't you think that by this point in time you'll have already finished the game?
Yes, but if you're going to spend money in Assassin's Creed, I urge you don't.
No, yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, if this was at launch and there were features that you could have, the people that were really enjoying Assassin's Creed on launch and the hype was all there would benefit a lot from it. Now I don't really see how people will benefit from this. And it just kind of, to me, that shows that they understand that and they think it's irrelevant enough for it to not people to not get too pissed about it at this point. If they'd have done it on launch, people would have gone, I can't believe this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But we're 5 months in now, so...
Yeah, people are still going, oh my God. So, there's not much difference.
Right. So Assassin's Creed, still avoid like the plague. What's next on the news today,
Well,
Lawrence?
you brought up Near Automata. Or Automata.
Sorry.
New word.
Sorry.
Near Automata. Same thing.
Yes.
Have you heard of it?
I miss you, Lawrence. Right? Yes, I have heard of it.
You too, buddy. Well, apparently it's being review bombed on Steam
Yes.
because the Xbox Game Pass version on PC has various bug fixes and improvements, which the Steam version doesn't have.
Oh.
Yeah, including a borderless video setting,
right,
fixed image settings, patches that improve crashes and additional performance problems, and things like that. On Steam, they don't have any of this. If you have the original game on Steam, you may even have to play in 4:3 resolution.
Sorry?
Exactly,
What?
and it's not been patched at all. So,
why 4:3?
I don't know. But so the Steam users are taking to the reviews and review bombing it to try and get a bit of change, which, to be fair, I think is not unreasonable.
I am just trying to figure out why it's not been updated at this point on the Steam.
Well,
and it's a Square Enix game, so there's no weird tie to Microsoft or the Game Pass or anything like that. So,
well, the thing is, the Xbox port is based on the Become as Gods edition, which was originally launched as on the Xbox One. So it's an Xbox One port to PC rather than using the PC version of the game that's on Steam.
right, okay. And so you think that there's some compatibility reason there why it's not getting fixed?
Possibly, yes.
Yeah, because those bug fixes can't just be quickly translated over to the actual PC version of the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that this is going to work? Do you think that review bombing something on Steam is going to make them do anything about this?
Well, it's hit every journalist outlet out there, so it's working, and I assume that they'll get something. I hope they get something, at least.
I mean, what if they had plans to bring the same update to PC all along to Steam anyway?
Then they should communicate that very quickly.
Very good, Lawrence. I agree. What's next on the news items this week?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Yes, I've heard of it.
You heard of it?
Yes.
Well, they announced some of the new features of the new patch which is coming out, which is grand. They haven't announced a release date for that patch, which is not so grand. But the lead gameplay designer has left.
Ooh. Oh. Why has he left?
He has said that it's personal reasons. He's just going to he's taking a long holiday. Which, to be fair, after Cyberpunk, I don't blame him.
Wait, he's taking a long holiday or he's leaving?
He's leaving and he's taking a break from game development.
Oh, right. So he's
maybe he might be coming back. I don't know.
He's taking a break from hell
Pretty much.
And okay, well, that is. I'm sure they've got something in place to replace him while he goes. At this stage, they can't afford not to have something in place. One of those situations, isn't it, Lawrence? That's just so like at this point in time, the last thing you want to be doing for someone working at CD Projekt Red is more hard work.
Yeah. But I imagine that they would have a replacement inbound. And I feel this is kind of... Cyberpunk is going to be a No Man's Sky situation, purely because of the new patches is giving the stuff that people want. And it's only going to get better as time goes on. And I imagine this time next year, it will be as they intended it to be released as.
Right, yeah.
And speaking of No Man's Sky...
yes.
Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it, yes.
Positive.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the best ongoing game of 2020, No Man's Sky, has...
You know what? F*** you for bringing that up again, Lawrence.
Keep that in. You can keep that in and bleep it, but you need to keep that in.
Yeah.
Well, this is an article on PC Gamer. Apparently, someone has made the Imperial City from Oblivion and Elder Scrolls fame in No Man's Sky.
What do you mean? They've made
like the whole Imperial City base, like as a base in No Man's Sky.
Like visually, or
yeah, like hang on, I'll get you a picture. I'll show you.
Let's have a quick look.
Looks really good, all things considered.
Oh, interesting. So they're taking the tools available to them within No Man's Sky to create this, to create something that looks similar.
Yeah, well,
because I mean, I don't have a reference image, but I can tell already that it's obviously based on parts that you've only it can only look a certain way because of No Man's Sky parts.
Yeah,
interesting. The entire, I mean, the structure's there.
Yeah,
and
I just threw that in there really just to piss you off.
Wow, you achieved greatness today, Lawrence.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next news topic. What have we got?
Microsoft. Have you heard of him?
Bloody have.
Well, they've renamed the Xbox Live to Xbox Network.
No. Wait,
yep.
What?
Xbox Live is gone. It's now called the Network, Xbox Network.
No way. Wait, are you being serious?
I'm 100% serious, yeah.
Xbox Live is such a good name for it, though.
They've changed it to Xbox Network to join the PlayStation Network.
No, come on.
Yep, it happened overnight.
What? I'm trying to look at
In fact, if you check your dashboard on the Xbox, it no longer refers to it as Xbox Live.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's nuts. In a statement to Eurogamer this morning, Microsoft has explained the recent branding change for its underlying online infrastructure. In short, the new Xbox Network phrasing is more, quote-unquote, descriptive. Mm-hmm. Xbox Live isn't going away, Microsoft told Eurogamer. We are making ongoing adjustments to create a simpler, more descriptive messaging system for Xbox in different areas. So this actually might tie into another piece of news going forward that I have brought for you if you don't have this piece of news
Is it
today.
that Discord-y thing?
It is about Discord.
Well, I was about to go segue into that, but as you were.
No, I'll let you segue
No, I insist.
Okay, well, you can interrupt me halfway through, but this ties us potentially into the news that Microsoft are in talks potentially to buy Discord, to buy it out for more than $10 billion at this point is the current number, because they recently did a round of funding apparently at a $7 billion evaluation and managed to get $100 million in investments at that value. So that is, Microsoft, they talk about buying a lot of companies. Okay, they talk about buying lots of things. So they might not come to anything. It might not come to fruition at all. But it's not that Microsoft approached Discord. Discord seemed to be looking to sell, Lawrence.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So that makes it more interesting because it's not as if Microsoft are going, oh, we might be interested in that. which is what they usually do. They usually go, oh, what if we buy this? Oh, we could talk about buying that. Instead, Discord have gone, we're selling, and Microsoft have gone, $10 billion evaluation. What do you have? What do you have about that?
It's an interesting time. I'm worried naturally, because look what happened to Skype.
I was going to say exactly the same thing, Lloyd, so I'm glad we're on the same wavelength here.
I think we're on the same wavelength as majority of Twitter.
Oh, it's Twitter also. I mean, it's not. It's not like some kind of unique thought then, because it's obviously they didn't do a great job with Skype at all, and this is why Discord now exists. So in many ways, they would be buying the very thing Discord, was essentially trying to destroy at that point.
The question is, where are we going to go after they've ruined Discord?
Well, TeamSpeak better do something because they're still going.
I'm not going back to 2002.
I know. But then, I'm thinking about it, and the more I think about it, it's like, well, Microsoft had MSN. They got rid of that. And they got rid of MSN. And then they got Skype, and then they messed up Skype.
It's going to be Zoom, innit?
Oh, God. No.
It's going to be Zoom's the next one after Discord.
Zoom. Well, they have Microsoft Teams, which is a direct competitor. So they might buy it just to integrate the systems together. It might be called like Microsoft Zoom, and Teams is now called Zoom or something. I don't know.
Ugh.
Anyway, that's all rumor mill speculation rubbish. What isn't speculation rubbish is that there are talks to buy Discord. So I actually want to know what everyone else thinks about Microsoft potentially buying Discord at at least a $10 billion evaluation. So you can let us know, obviously, at GetRealPod or GetRealGaming@gmail.com. Send us an email. Lawrence?
If anyone wants to help us buy Discord...
yes.
We do have a Patreon.
We don't.
We don't?
We don't, Lawrence.
Oh. Do we have an OnlyFans?
Unless we do and I don't know about it.
Just don't Google it.
Okay.
What about OnlyFans? Do you have an OnlyFans?
Do we? We don't.
A GoFundMe?
We don't.
Do we have a collection tin?
We don't. All we have is your listenership, and we appreciate it very much. Don't we, Lawrence?
I thought I was getting paid.
Don't we, Lawrence?
Oh, yes. Quite.
Yes, very good. Is there any more news this week?
Paid. I was getting paid.
Are you getting paid? Well, who's paying you? Because I'm not getting paid. It's Chris and Son supposed to be paid us.
I'm being paid.
Are you? You're getting paid?
Yeah, I've got a weekly wage.
I'm going to have to have words.
Yeah, you have words.
I'm going to have words.
Fallout 76. Do you know it?
Yes, it's a game that I bought and never played. Really,
well, it's on the PC Game Pass.
I did play it, but I didn't get that far through it. I couldn't really do.
Well,
I'd never played Fallout until Fallout 76, which is maybe
poor bastard.
That's what I was going to say. Some people will say to me that's part of the problem, but I couldn't get into this like the slow-mo, slow down, aim for a certain part of it. But it wasn't really a system that I was that. Yeah. So anyway.
Well, they've just brought out a new roadmap for their for 2021.
Sorry, shouldn't they be busy? Shouldn't they be busy making Elder Scrolls 6?
Well, they are doing, but this is a different team.
Screw this team. Screw this team. Well, so what's the roadmap then?
Well, starting in spring, which is a thing called Lock and Loaded. It's got special loadouts, camp slots, mannequins, daily up expansions, crafting sliders, and aim assist on consoles. In the summer, it's called Steel Rain, which is apparently Steel Rain quests. So it's all about possibly the Steel Brotherhood. Expanding legendary crafting and unlimited season ranks. In fall, it's called The Worlds Are Changing. Changes to private servers and daily ops expansion. And then in winter, Tales from the Stars. More 4-star legendary gear and more seasonal event about cults, alien-based public events, and campsite pets. Buy now, before it all runs out. Only on Steam.
It sounds like a season pass.
I don't know what happened there.
Did they buy... Is it like something that you buy like a pass to? Or
no, it's like the free updates.
Oh.
And speaking of free updates,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Avengers. Marvel Avengers.
Oh,
Yes.
I got an advert for this earlier on today.
Still terrible.
Yes.
And
okay,
they
so
just
it's a new
revealed,
expansion.
They revealed their roadmap. And I thought, right, because we spoke about this, that you have to pay for this. You don't. It's all free.
Right. That doesn't save it, but go
No,
on.
it doesn't save it at all. So in March, you get the next-gen upgrades, the new hero, villain, and story modes, all sorts of malarkey. And then in spring, you've got the Tack-on Anomaly, which allows you to play as a combination of your favorite heroes. So you can have like 4 Iron Mans if you want to.
Right.
And then you got the Red Room Takeover, which will have like a new story with new hero outfits. And then it goes to Summer and Beyond, which is the Cosmic Cube, which is a new like sector, new like area to play in. Then Wasteland Patrol, which is a new mission type. And then you get the War for Wakanda, which is the expansion, which you get Black Panther and the new story and the new biome and new everything.
Please, we promise this game is worth paying money for. We're putting so much...
Yeah, they've said they are not going to go free to play because their thing works, apparently. I don't know where.
Yeah.
Spider-Man has also been delayed from the game. So additional content and features, Omega level threats, missions, multiplayer mega hives, post-level 50 progression, outfits inspired by the MCU, which I think might help drag people back, but I got it for free MCU. And I've still not played it.
I mean, I saw an advert for one of the expansion things today, and it was like Hawkeye or something.
Yeah.
And the Hawkeye doesn't look anything like Hawkeye. I just looked at it and I thought, this is like poor man's Hawkeye.
Yeah, all of them are basically poor man's whatever.
Yeah, it's not. It's not
the worst one for it is Captain America.
Really?
You've got,
I haven't seen Captain America, but
I'll send them to you. In fact, I'll just send you all of them because they all look terrible.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
no.
Cap. And look, this is Tony.
So it's okay. Well, looking at this, it is obvious then that they're not going for the MCU actors' visualizations. They're doing.
Those the only one that looks decent.
I mean, this is possibly more true to something else. Another reference that we're not used to seeing because we're just used to the cinematic universe.
Yeah, but like if it's marketed to everyone and they're going to bring in the outfits from the MCU, like you kind of need to just even like it's Square Enix. You could pay the extra mile to get their likeness.
Well, I'm not so sure. Even for them, I'm not sure how much they would want to shell out for that. But they don't look good. I'll be honest, they don't look good. They don't remind me of good MCU times. So we'll be skipping that anyway, regardless, I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of Xbox and Microsoft from earlier, because we're going to pretend that the Avengers doesn't exist, Lawrence.
What's the Avengers?
Xbox Game Pass
Sounds like
for PC.
Oh, yeah.
It now includes EA Play.
It does.
Adding 60 plus games to the library. That's big news.
It is big news.
Week. That's happened. That means all of EA Play stuff, all on PC.
Only the standard edition, not the pro stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it's free on Game Pass. Like,
yeah, but I can't play FIFA 21.
You shouldn't be playing FIFA anyway, Lawrence. You know, it's a gambling machine.
It is a gambling machine.
Also, some more PC news that might be interesting today.
You're giving me PC news.
Have you heard of Terraria, Lawrence? Have you heard of it?
No.
You've not heard of Terraria? The Minecraft 2D platformer style game?
No.
Well, Terraria, Lawrence,
has become
it has become the highest rated Steam game of all time and has now sold 35 million copies.
How's that happen then?
Well, people are playing it.
Hang on, did they count Football Manager? Because I mean,
no.
I mean,
you haven't bought it enough times for it to be anywhere close. So there you go. Just thought that was just some interesting news about Terraria.
Well, I have some big news which you'll enjoy.
Oh, go on.
I have some Call of Duty news.
Call of Duty.
About the rumors. New Call of Duty.
Oh,
the Call of Duty 2021.
I have something to say about this.
It is called, apparently, the project name is titled World War II Vanguard. So we're going back.
What is interesting to me about this is that it's Sledgehammer Games doing a World War II game.
But apparently, the rumor is that some of the parts of the game will take place during the 1950s, and this might be a alternate universe where World War II was extended.
Oh,
which I'm not too on it.
Right. Okay. So, but I mean, so a lot of the story side of Call of Duty stuff is all very fantasy, and I mean, but the story for Cold War was so out there. It was essentially an alternate unit. Lawrence, it was absolutely.
But was it out there?
Parts of it were completely off the rocker.
But was it out there though? This is the Cold War. Anything can happen. We don't know.
We were looking at some like alternate universe type stuff, definitely.
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't think so? I mean, Sledgehammer Games made the first World War II title, but I just think it's interesting that we have Sledgehammer doing another World War II title, considering that Treyarch is now doing the Cold War, and they're more known for doing the World War stuff.
Apparently, some people are saying that it could be set in the Korean War.
Well, as long as there is no in-game like hub where you can buy crates around other people. I don't mind. And I'm sure they won't do it. I'm sure that they won't because they know how bad that went last time.
And in regards to Warzone,
yes,
they have came out and said every Call of Duty title for at least the next 5 years will have its own footprint on Warzone.
It's already
too much.
It's already outdated. Like the engine feels outdated to play in. The game Warzone is like a successful project that it's almost like they didn't think was going to be that successful, and now we're trying to run with it.
I think Warzone is like it's no good adding all the weapons in, just because
No, the balancing you would literally have to start rebalancing every gun stat for Warzone separately to the Call of Duty title.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that hard to do. You just need a Boolean if this then that trigger that gives the gun different stats depending on which game you're in.
I think
it's not difficult to do. They just haven't done it.
They should just stick to the Modern Warfare weapons because it's set in modern day, present day. And then when the Cold War map comes in, then switch it to the Cold War weapons. And then when this one comes out, wait for that map to come out and then switch over those weapons.
And it also makes me want to suggest to just stop trying to do your own version of Warzone in your new Call of Duty title. Because that is they had that smaller map that was was it in Cold War or is it separate from Cold War?
It's
was
Warzone.
It in Warzone?
It's technically classed as Warzone, yeah.
Yeah, but they promote it as if it's part of Cold War. It still launches Warzone, and then it's like people don't even really play that map anyway. Just let Warzone do Warzone stuff, and don't try, spend your time doing other things. Like you can definitely, do a lot more with your new Call of Duty games. But honestly, they just need to, the engine's just not, the sound is terrible.
Yeah.
It's the audio is awful in Warzone and it just doesn't play.
It's got two different, the game has two different feels to it. Like Warzone feels infinitely different, feels more like Modern Warfare, which is my preferred engine, to Cold War. And people are so used to playing Cold War, when they jump back to Warzone, it's like you have to relearn the game all over again. Yeah,
and I mean, it is exactly like playing two different games at this point. It's like playing Valorant versus CSGO or something. Like they are completely different feeling, even though they're under the same brand name. Obviously, obviously Valorant and CSGO aren't. But I was just trying to make the point: two separate games that do a similar thing,
like FIFA and PES.
Yeah, imagine if like PES was like the battle royale version of FIFA, was part of FIFA. Yeah. Anyway, that's a bit of a of a strain there.
Yeah.
Lawrence.
Richard.
Pikmin. You heard of it?
No.
You've not heard of Pikmin?
No,
You haven't heard of anything, Lawrence.
I live under a rock, personally.
Bloody hell. Well, Nintendo and Niantic, who are the creators of Pokemon Go, Lawrence,
Don't tell me they made a mobile game.
they've announced a Pikmin app for mobile coming this year.
Oh my
And
God.
if you are interested, you can already pre-register on the website.
I have to hold back from going on a rant here.
The worry is, because I like Pikmin.
Don't make me go on a rant here. Don't.
And I do like Pokemon Go.
Don't do it.
I hate the Harry Potter one. The Harry Potter one was a cash grab app.
I have an issue
with
all these goddamn companies all trying to emulate this Pokemon Go BS and trying to add every single franchise under the sun, like this mobile app Pokemon Go crap. You've got World of Warcraft doing it. You've got Overwatch doing it. You've got Call of Duty doing it. You've got flaming FIFA doing it. You've got all the big bloody six of the gaming industry trying to cash in on this mobile malarkey while leaving their desktop PC and console games to dirt. I
feel like I've stepped on some toes here. Are you all right?
Oh, bloody hate mobile apps.
What's wrong with some mobile apps? What's wrong with bringing...
I hate what
obviously-
they stand for.
Anyway, you can pre-register if you want at the link. And but Pokemon, Niantic are the people that made Pokemon Go. So it's just going to be another Pokemon Go-esque type game. But
I
with
paid
Pikmin
£8 for the season pass of Mario on mobile.
For which game?
The one which you Mario Runner where you flick into
Mario
the-
Mario Run, Super Mario Run.
Yeah.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah.
Oh no. Look, I think you can tell when a game is worth and not worth an in-app purchase.
I want
Like
to play
Call of Duty
Mario.
Yeah, well, I know, but it's not. That game was obviously designed to not to give you a full experience without you continuing to spend money on it. This is a whole topic.
This could be a whole main topic, but Call of Duty Mobile was pretty fun.
It was fun because it was easy.
You could just go around knifing everyone. It was great.
And I liked that they were using old maps, like the best maps from Call of Duty, all in the phone game. That's fun. It's like we're just doing fun things with the Call of Duty franchise on mobile, and I appreciate that because I think we need to see more of that in Call of Duty. But yeah, I just thought that it would. I mean, I don't want them to do a reskin of Pokemon Go like they did with Harry Potter. With the Harry Potter app, it's just a complete reskin of Pokemon Go, and it's trash. It is rubbish.
Yes.
I played it for about an hour and then was like, I'm not playing this anymore. So, Lawrence.
Richard.
Sony. Have you heard of it?
Vaguely.
Well, do you remember the PlayStation Portable?
Oh,
The
is this the one
PlayStation
about the
Vita.
servers?
It is.
Oh, wounded.
And the PlayStation 3, Lawrence.
And the PlayStation Vita.
And the Vita.
Oh,
Sony is shutting down
bastards.
the PSP, PS Vita, and PlayStation 3 stores.
Shameful.
They're moving on. I wonder what that means for people's purchases.
I imagine they're going to archive them all to PlayStation Now, but I mean, it just brings up the topic of ownership, which again, we could do a whole nother podcast on.
Yeah. Well, the other issue that comes from this, Lawrence, is that they've only given people notice a couple of months in advance. It's going to be July the 2nd that they close. Whereas, when the Wii store shut down for Nintendo, they gave people an entire year in advance to, just let them know. Make sure that if you want to keep the games you've purchased, that you've downloaded them to your Wii before this date in a year, because we are shutting down the store and you won't be able to re-download them from that point in time. It gave people enough notice. This
is like
giving
3 months notice.
Yeah, it's not a lot of notice, I don't think, especially for the PS3, which, not that many people are on, but people will still be on it out there. So it's sad. But that is that's
that is the way of the
PlayStation
world.
Portable. And do you think that they're going to move on to another portable at some point?
No, I don't think Sony will ever dip into the portable market ever again after the flop of the PlayStation Vita. But I think they'll archive it all and just bring it to the PlayStation 5 because they seem to be wanting to bring everything to the PS5.
It would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking of portables, Lawrence, the Nintendo Switch. Have you heard of it?
Yeah. Are we going to get onto this main topic? Because we're running out of blasted time here.
We are at this point, but the Nintendo
Switch. That was the perfect
Pro.
segue.
The Nintendo Switch Pro, Lawrence.
It's a rumour. It's not happening.
It might have.
It's not happening. I will not stay here and allow Bruce Loomis to dominate when we've got a main topic for once.
It might have DLSS, Lawrence.
It's not happening.
How do you know that?
Because it's a Bruce Loomer. There's nothing confirmed until Nintendo bring it out. It is not real. You're living in a fictional world. Wake up, people.
It's apparently going to utilize NVIDIA's deep learning super sampling, a technology that uses artificial intelligence to deliver higher fidelity graphics more efficiently, because they are apparently aiming to be able to output games at 4K in docked mode.
I don't believe it when it's in my hands.
Speaking of things that are in your hands, Lawrence, there you go. How was that?
That was terrible.
Do you forgive me now?
No, we had a perfect seg. I even mentioned the
This is
PlayStation
it.
5, and
This
you go
is it.
divert to Nintendo.
Why are you ruining my segue?
Sod your segue. I had
Why
my
are you
segue
ruining it?
ruined by bastard Nintendo.
Speaking of things that are in your hand, Lawrence,
I've got the
How
whole world in my
is-
hands here.
how is the PlayStation 5?
It's all right.
Oh, it's only all right, is it? Oh, yeah.
Go on,
Tell me more.
ask me anything. Go on.
Oh, God, right.
Should
The
I get Sir
controller.
Battersberg back in, or
Well, is he going to be able to answer questions, or are you going
I'm
to be able
pretty
to answer
sure he
questions?
can answer some questions.
All right, go on, ask him to come back in. Jesus
Okay.
Christ. I can't believe we're committing to this bit. I'm going to be honest with you.
Musical interlude.
Right, we're back with Sir Bansberg,
Well,
the
hello.
23rd.
This is me,
Hello
Sir
there.
Battensburg.
Are you so you would consider yourself an enthusiast?
I am, my dear boy, yes,
PlayStation.
I have travelled the Amazon for 3 nights to find the legendary PlayStation 5.
Would you like to tell the listeners about your epic adventure?
Well, it happened a week ago now. Yes, I remember it clearly as if it were yesterday. I spent many sleepless nights waiting for the arrival of the PlayStation 5. Yes. And, and then it happened. On the Wednesday, funnily enough, at 7:36 in the morning.
Oh, that's quite early.
It is very early. I was awoken by a startling sound. Stock on Amazon.
And where were you getting this knowledge from?
YouTube.
From YouTube? What?
Yes, there's a stream which alerts you whenever there's a stock of a PlayStation or an Xbox somewhere in the UK. Look on all in England.
So, there's a live stream that you can watch that will
Yes.
make a noise when there's stock.
Yes.
And stock came up on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
And so you leapt
I leapt out of
out
bed.
of your chair,
I
out of
did.
your
I
bed.
leapt out of bed, wearing nothing but my ungaroos, and I ran to my chair, and I clicked buy now, and there it was. Underwear.
It's amazing that is the procedure at which you have to be buying them at this. And you paid regular price.
I paid regular price.
Which is interesting because so many people at this point who are buying PlayStations aren't trying to save a buck on it. They're just if it's a good scalper price, they'll pay for it. Like I've heard people pay 850 quid, that kind just for this at this point. And you have just been able to get one at the correct price.
The Discord servers and Twitters did help. It's always good to keep in touch with everyone. And the key is to be patient.
So now tell us about the games that you have and you have been playing.
Well, I've been currently playing.
Sorry. Who's?
He had to go. He was having a coughing fit.
Okay. So Lawrence is back.
I'm back.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Lawrence, please tell us. First of all, I want to just go back a bit and talk about your setup. So you have a PlayStation 5.
I do. I have a PlayStation 5.
Have you? What screen are you using? What refresh rate?
I am using a 144 hertz monitor at 1440p, which the PlayStation is currently cannot output at, but it is being patched. It is being patched this month, so support is on its way before you start sniggering in that damn corner.
Well, it is quite funny that they didn't think of this.
Right. So in terms of games, I've generally been playing games which actually use the adaptive triggers or the haptic feedback of the controller, because that's one of the main selling points. Which one of them is Fortnite.
Yeah.
Astro's Playroom or Astro's something.
Yeah, is it?
Which is built in, which is very, very good. Surprisingly good platformer. And really does enhance the whole controller. And Spider-Man Miles Morales just arrived today, so I plan to try that out.
Very good.
The adaptive triggers is it is a game changer. It's surreal and strange at first. Like, for example, with the bow on Fortnite, I have to kind of really push down on the R2 because it will push up against my own finger. If I'm firing a shotgun, it kind of clacks into place or clicks into place. And when I'm out of ammo, it does just literally stop. It's insane.
That's awesome.
But also, yeah, it is very awesome. The haptic feedback is very, very similar to the Nintendo Switch. Rumble.
Okay.
Very, very similar to that. In fact, they even do something like, the balls in 1-2 Switch?
Yeah.
Where you roll them around, you've got to guess how many there are. They do something like this in the Astro Playroom where the characters jump into the controller and you can move it left and right. You can kind of almost feel them rolling around.
It's like HD Rumble, but it's actually like 4K Rumble.
Yeah, you could say it's 8K
Very
Rumble.
Nice. Well, you can't say that.
Well,
it says it on the box, but you can't. But it doesn't play it. It doesn't do it yet. I'm watching you, Sony. I'm watching you, Sony. You can't output 8K yet, and I'm telling you now, you buggers. So, do you think that the adaptive triggers is kind of like the reason why you're playing so much Fortnite then?
Honestly, yes.
So, because it's kind of like that's how you can experience like that. That's kind of like because you haven't got Call of Duty on the PlayStation.
No, I don't have Cold War on the PlayStation, which does have the adaptive triggers, which I can imagine would only feel weird.
Yeah, I would love to see this feature come to PC.
Oh yes, definitely. I'd love to see it at least supported on PC.
Yeah, but I don't think it will be.
No, because I've seen PC is now fully Microsoft at this point.
It is, but sorry, I don't want to cut you off again, but I just want to mention that I think that there is a discussion to be had where it's like, at what point do Sony recognize that there are people who aren't going to buy the PlayStation 5, but they might still buy a controller for the adaptive triggers? Because that's 60 quid, like, that they could get out of a PC gamer. And I don't think that they would, I think that if they thought that monetarily that was worth them investing in allowing them to do that on PC to sell that many, I think that would work. Especially Lawrence, because Call of Duty League, for example, is now all played on PC with controllers.
Yeah.
People are using their Scuff controller on PC now. That's the official. That's how they play in the league. You play on a PC with a controller. That's the standard. So it would make sense if Scuff started doing, officially like adaptive triggered PC controller. They could take a PS5 controller and make it PC usable. That would be great. Yeah. I think that.
I think anyway, one of the cool things about the controller is that it's got a built-in microphone. So you don't
Well-
all you need is just like a headset, and it literally you can just talk to anyone that you'd like to, but you can easily mute it if you don't like me. I'm not very openly
I thought the
sociable
PS
like
did the PS4 one not have a microphone?
that. No, it didn't have a built-in microphone.
Oh, it had a speaker in it,
Had a
didn't it? That's
speaker in it,
what
but
it
yeah.
was. It was a grill for a speaker, not a microphone.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's cool.
Hmm.
So you just need a pair of headphones.
Oh, I have a pair of headphones which I just plug in. Like it adapts any headphones
Uh-huh.
to it. It's the 3.5 millimeter jack.
Right.
So, yeah,
Great. And so at this point in time, you've played a little bit of the PlayStation. Do you think it is money well spent at this moment?
in this moment, yes and no. There are things about it I don't like.
Okay. Let's talk about the things you don't like, Lawrence.
I don't like the fact that I can't customize the theme on my UI. I don't like the fact that when you like on the PlayStation 4, when you installed games, you can literally just make a folder and you can have all your games there. All it's got is the recently played games up on the bar, and then you have to go all the way to the right to select your library, and then it's like, yeah, it's just a bit more fiddly. It could use with a UI update. Just needs more games really, which will come, I imagine, like the PlayStation 4. And not all games are enhanced for the PlayStation 5. A lot of them are locked. Mainly the PlayStation 4 games are locked to 30 FPS, and you can tell, like really, really tell.
So they're not even PS5 enhanced, or
Not all of them are the PS5 enhanced. No, eventually they will be, but not all of them will. A lot of them are, as in PlayStation 4 Pro level.
Yeah. And at what point do you think you're going to run out of space?
Soon.
Wow,
Very
you've had it for less than a week,
Yeah,
and you're about to run out of space.
Well, there is a slot for an expansion, SSD expansion, which they are. There's another thing which I don't like about it, which is disabled, but will be enabled very shortly with the March update. So,
Oh my god,
we'll probably be expanding that a little bit.
there wasn't even that much space on the PS5 to begin with.
No,
was
it was
there?
800 gigabytes.
And it's not actually 800 gigabytes because it's actually probably about 650 or something.
It's things like
once you've-
625, I think it is.
Yeah, where the other 200 goes, I have no idea.
Probably on the OS
It's not bloody 200 gig, the OS.
and the updates.
Yeah, well.
But the pros, it's speedy, it's fun. I'm having fun on a console, which is weird. And yeah, it'll get there.
I think that the best part about you having a PS5 for you is the fact that you've got a screen that's going to be able to take advantage of the higher quality stuff in the future with the frame rate.
Yes,
and also the controller is definitely a huge plus for PlayStation.
yeah. I mean, the controller was one of the reasons why I wanted a PlayStation.
Yeah, and it is a huge part of it for me as well. If I was going to choose between the two, I'd struggle because I really want the controller. But like my dad got the Series X within the last week too, and so it's been interesting to hear him talk about that and how like he's loving Red Dead Redemption 2 right now. He says graphically it looks insane, and he's only got a 1080p TV still.
Yeah.
So it still looks great even on that resolution, which I'm sure the PlayStation does as well. For the enhanced,
with both of them, with the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation, it's still relying on last gen. We've still not made that full commitment to new gen yet, and I think that's what we're all waiting for with bated breath.
Yeah, standalone next gen stuff has got to come before we can really see what's happening. The difficulty of next gen stuff coming is, of course, storage space, your own setup, with your screen and everything, whether you get the most out of it that way. Very, very few things other than that. Because right now, it's really the battle between the two, should we say the battle? It's not really, I suppose, these days.
No,
but
it's not longer a battle. It's going to be more a battle of streaming stuff.
But you've got, obviously, Xbox have smart delivery, they have quick resume, and those features right now, as well as obviously the enhanced Xbox stuff, is really making the experience on the X seem to be pulling ahead from what people are saying in the PlayStation 5s. But when everything catches up and all the games are all next gen, the features that are really selling points right now for people going from an older console to a next gen console, those will become less.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting as time goes on how the opinion of the consoles change between people.
I mean, just looking at stock price, like stock, at how much demand there is for each console, I think the PlayStation 5 is beating the Xbox just because it's so difficult to get a PlayStation 5 at this moment.
Yeah. I mean, it is difficult to get both, but yeah, I think that we're still hanging on from last gen's opinions. The last gen consoles are still driving the next gen ones quite heavily. The PS4 certainly won by a long stretch over the Xbox One.
Definitely,
and so,
but Xbox do have Bethesda now on their side, which is interesting. So
I do think we've got a good road ahead for Microsoft potentially.
It's going to be an interesting next few years, I think.
It is, and we'll have the opinion straight from the source thanks to Lawrence's new purchase of a PlayStation 5. So I think that wraps up for today, Lawrence. Thank you very much.
I would like to say one more thing, if I may.
All right.
Whilst I may have purchased a PlayStation 5...
This is your disclaimer, is it?
This is my disclaimer, yes.
Okay.
I am fully and utterly committed to the PC Master Race, as I can play Final Fantasy 14 on both of these things, but I have chosen to play on the PC.
I think it's quite funny that you have landed yourself with a 3070 and a PlayStation 5 at this point in time.
I am very
happy. You're not happy with just one of them.
I always said I was going to get a PlayStation 5 around about this time of the year. So.
The gaming thirst cannot be quenched.
Gaming thirst is not quenched.
Yes. Well, thanks very much for listening to this episode today, everybody. Appreciate it a lot. And we will catch you all next week. Bye-bye for now.
Are you sure you don't want to tell them the socials?
Oh, I did that earlier.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.